Well, welcome everybody. It's finally here. The opening weekend of the deer season has finally arrived. I'm very excited, I cannot wait. I've waited a long time for this, especially after last year, having a shortened season because Dad was crook. And yeah, so keen to get into it this year and hunt pretty hard. Yeah, it's the day before opening. Just about to drop down, lose service and go down to the shack. And yeah, get an early night and be up in the morning. So I'll see you on the hill. Well, good morning everyone. It's finally here, opening morning. I've just made it to my sit. I was the last one to be dropped off. We've lined this ridge here on where we think the deer are going to cross. Really still morning. Not ideal conditions at all. But we got high hopes. There's been some good stags seen in this area. I've got a real nice rub just down here in front of me that I just can't see, just behind a tree. And yeah, there's some pretty good stags seen here this time last year as well. So fingers crossed, hopefully it won't be long when we see some deer. It is, what is the time? 7 now, we got here a little bit late. Doesn't really matter, the deer haven't pushed up this high yet. Yeah, hopefully it won't be long, we'll see some deer. So on this ridge we're sitting on, it's got a few saddles in it and a series of benches down towards the end of it. And I'm on probably one of the last major benches before the hill actually starts to drop off fairly significantly. Which is why it's such a good spot. The deer use them benches to get up on and just use to move across the top of the hill. It makes it a lot easier on them not having to walk on like cliff face and stuff. They can get on these benches and it's much easier walking for them. We've seen our first deer for the morning, which is always exciting. 2 does and 2 fawns. They come up right in the wrong spot really. I was hoping they'd come below me here, but they didn't. They cut up behind me, and caught my wind. My wind was drifting straight up there. They were only 40 yards off, and caught my wind. So would have been alright if I was at the sit we're usually at, up on the hill there. That'd be the wind would be right, but it doesn't matter. We're trying this spot because you can see a bit more, and we always get deer cut under the banking. So sometimes I do that and come up over there though. But lucky it was only a few does, not a big stag, but they gave me plenty of opportunity to shoot. They stood there broadside for about, I don't know how long it was, 20 seconds or so, enough time to get a shot, that's for sure. Promising signs. Hopefully the next one that walks up there is a stag. Well, it's been about 2 hours sitting here now. I only seen the 4 deer so far. But it won't be long, and Grub will be back to pick me up. Where's the light? Grub will be back to pick me up, and we're going to cut under the bank just here. And all the other boys are going to go down the track a bit further and line another spot down there. We think we can push some deer too, and we're going to be pushing them. So hopefully I can get a bit of footage of them, and if we get close enough without pushing them, we see if I can get a shot. Grub's running a camera today as well, so hopefully, fingers crossed, he's got a bit of footage for us as well to chuck into the video. Shots have just been fired up over the ridge where the other boys are. It could have been it sounded a bit far off, but hopefully we get some confirmation over the radio. Yes, hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully one of the boys has got one. I'll keep you updated on the radio, but it was a definite hit with the poom, definite hit. I'll get back to you. Here we go. I'll get back to you. Right, I just heard on the radio it doesn't sound like Grub's too far away, and he's told Kalen to go to another spot, so it might seem like he has missed, which isn't too good, but yeah, definitely have another cracky, I reckon. They put up a few stags, and I reckon a few went over the top, so we're going to drop down under this bank just here, contour along and meet up with them in about an hour or so. And hopefully we'll put something up on the way, and hopefully there's some good news when we get back. Well, that turned out to be an unsuccessful morning, sadly. The first shot we heard wasn't even from our group. It was straight between us somewhere. We don't know who it was, but yeah, it wasn't one of us. And then the other shot we had, Kalen had a shot, and had a reasonable stag, and looks like he's hit a branch just in front of him. So that's a bit of a bummer. But yeah, me and Grub cut under the bank there and seen a few more deer, but only does and fawns. So yeah, unsuccessful, but not really going for a night hunt. Pretty buggered after today, and we're doing the same again tomorrow. So just down here, just in front of the shack. There was a few beds just over the bank here last year, So I'm just going for a walk to see if they're still there, and never know, might put one up. So yeah, we'll just wander along here and see if we can see anything at all. Well, that was a bit of a surprise. I was trying to look for where them beds are that I found Grub found last year and showed me. I think they're further up there on the bank. And I've just come down. I thought I'd get up on one of these logs and try and see, and right there, 30 yards off, there's a nice red spiky bedded, all on his own. And he ran straight up there, so there's no use me really going up there now. That's all spooked, but that was pretty exciting. Oh, kangaroo. Yeah, I just stood up on this log and there he was, looking at me, and I thought, he's already pinned me, I'm just going to go for the camera. And I reached for the camera, I turned it on, and I went to zoom in and my lens cap was still on. And when I reached to take my lens cap off, he jumped up and took off. I'm not sure if I got any footage of him. Well, I know I got footage, but not sure if you can see him or not when he went up through there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Not far from the shack either. But my wind's blowing straight down there now as well, so I think I'll just turn around. But so it's already 5:45. We weren't going for an evening hunt. I just wanted to go for a walk just to see if I could see anything, and well, we did at least. We finally seen a male deer at least. He must have just thought I was another deer. I was just walking through there making a hell of a lot of noise, and yeah, he was just laying there. It wasn't until I reached for my camera lens that he jumped up and recognised what I was, I think. So that's alright, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to head back to the shack now. Get an early night. It's be another pretty early start in the morning. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see us up on the hill in the morning. Well, what a very, very disappointing way to end the weekend. Woke up at 4:15 this morning with a migraine. There was no way I was going up on that hill this morning, which is a bit of a bummer. So I went back to bed. The boys still went up. I woke up not long ago. Still got a bit of a headache, but yeah, pretty sad way to end the weekend really. But I've been listening on the radio, and it doesn't sound like the boys are doing that good, but it's not ideal hunting conditions. It's still just like yesterday morning, but hopefully they can make it happen in the afternoon or something. Hopefully they get a bit more footage for us as well. Yeah, pretty slow weekend for me. Disappointing, very disappointing. But oh well, deer hunting doesn't always go to plan, that's for sure. But yeah, so hopefully now I'm going to switch over to some footage the boys got this morning, but if not, I'll catch you next weekend. I've just heard a shot up over the hill towards where Dad is.
The black one, one of the black ones was up wide. And he went, I'm not going to shoot you. So I poked it fair in the middle of his shoulder. Over a rock at fucking 80 yards.